workforce is a challenge for many people. Along with the mechanics of finding a new job, the mental side of making a life change can be a challenge. One woman who really knows that well is Gina Goings. She's now the VP of Institutional Advancement at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center. And as she was getting back, she worked with our friend, executive coach Alexia Zigoris. They're both here this morning to talk about an upcoming event that may help you, but also about the experience. Alexia, Gina, good to see you.
Thank you.
Gina, let me start with you. What first led you to leave the workforce for a while?
Well, I was a stay-at-home mom for 20 years, and I was also living abroad, so it was hard for me to go back to work. And when we moved here about 6 years ago from Toronto, I started volunteering. I said I was volunteer extraordinaire. I would raise money for every cause that I was passionate about. And then about 2 years ago, I said, you know what? It's time for me to get back on the workforce. My kids are growing, and I just shared with you that my youngest is going to college, so we're done. And so what does that mean for me? And a lot of women spend a lot of time thinking about their families and concentrating on their families, and when it's all over, you say, okay, now it's time for me.
Time for me, yeah. Alexia, is that really common? Is that what you find as an executive coach, that women are putting these other people first for a while and then they have to kind of rethink?
Absolutely. Even people who are in the workforce have chosen a path that is most convenient for their families, that accommodate their families' needs first, and they often don't put their own desires or passions at the forefront and find something that is more meaningful for them.
So what were some of the challenges when you decided that you did want to be back in the workforce, not just as a volunteer?
Well, the big challenge was understanding, even getting on LinkedIn and what am I going to do? And I didn't know what I wanted to do. And Alexia was telling me about her session, and I think I probably blew you off a couple times, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to do this. And it was life-changing for me. Alexia's, the way she really approaches it, and she makes you go through, it's a couple hours, but then the follow-up, because I didn't immediately come up with my mission statement.
It's a process.
I got parts of it, and I think it was the follow-up that she gave, and she would always call me, and I would go, oh no, she's calling to do the schedule it. But that was, it was really important, and it was really great, and I came out with my mission statement.
Well, what are kind of the basic things that you do with someone like Gina, who's just getting started on that?
So the workshop in particular is all about finding your core value. So it's who you are, early on in your life you develop these core values, whether it's because somebody instilled them in you, or you lacked something and you're fighting for something, for a cause or for some justice, or so that's what we do. We take a deep dive into core values, identify those, and really probe on where they came from to make sure that that's really what you believe and not what somebody else has put on you or you've adopted from somebody else. And then basically we just write a mission statement together. And it's something that a lot of people don't do because they don't know where to start. It's not that hard when you have someone who's done it. Like, I've been doing this for 15, 16 years in my kitchen. Like, I just did it with everybody I knew because I wrote mine many years ago and it made an impact on me. So I just wanted to share it.
And you were able to turn it into a career. I only have a few seconds left. I just want to ask you, Gina, one more question. What is your advice to other people who are thinking about doing what you did, thinking about getting back?
My advice would obviously be to take this mission statement, because you do need to define who you are and what those values are. And a lot of people don't want just a job, they want a career. And I love, love, love my job because it goes into my mission, which is being the voice of the voiceless, using hospitality and making sure that hospitality, meaning that everybody has a seat at the table and feeling welcome.
And it's such a great resource where you are now.
Absolutely.
Gina, Alexia, thank you. I want to give you the information. The Discovering Your Mission workshop is on July 26th. It starts at 9 in the morning on Main Street and Over the Rhine. Go to local12.com and click the Get It Now links. I just checked, the link is not there yet, but I'm going to run out and put it on my Facebook page. It's an Eventbrite thing. You can just RSVP there and go to my Facebook, and if you're interested. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now here's Tara.